Real as
All right, so Becky, this is year 6 or 7 for you.
I'm in the middle of 5.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
You're just a baby.
I'm just a baby, just a wee one.
Okay, so you're in the middle of year 5, but a lot of lenders who haven't been here for 5 years, or who have been here double the time.
I've worked a lot.
Yeah.
I've worked a lot of files.
You have a realtor who's been there for 20 years and does 2 transactions a year, and you have a lender who's been here for 5 years and does 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 loans.
Right.
Totally different.
Yep.
So, you would know, what are your pet peeves? So this industry has wide and weird spectrum and all kinds of different, what are your pet peeves?
You.
Okay, perfect.
Realtors.
Yeah, tell me about it.
No, I'm just joking.
But be real.
No, I was actually just joking.
Oh, no.
I'll probably get to
excited.
that. I'm sure realtors are in there somewhere. I think let's see. Oh gosh. Okay, I think number 1 is probably hotheads.
Okay.
I feel like people in our industry are so quick to point the finger and get pissed off instead of like, I mean, you're really good about this, and a few other people we work with are, thank God, and it's kind of quelled my anxiety because I got so used to like, if one little thing goes wrong, it's like, boom, everyone's ticked off, there are fires everywhere, and it doesn't have to be like that. Like, all you have to do is come together, talk things out, and there's usually a way to fix it.
Oh, for
And
sure, yeah.
it's, even if it is someone's fault, it's, people are gonna make mistakes, but people in our industry are so quick to just fly off the handle. Why do you think that is?
Yeah, I was gonna actually ask you the same thing. I think it's a very synthetic industry.
Yeah.
Like, it's all about the way we look as opposed to what we actually do.
Mm-hmm.
And again, there is that small percentage who are completely the anomaly and they're great.
Mm-hmm.
Like yourself, for instance, like first person to admit when you're wrong. You're not somebody who's like, I gotta be pristine. You're just like down to earth. But the majority of people, I think, are in over their heads.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when you put a $50,000 commission on the table and you've got a 1-class education and 7 transactions in your belt, like there's a certain panic and anxiety that creates this. What it really is imposter syndrome, but it's real.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an imposter syndrome. We're actually imposters.
Yeah.
And so the moment it might look like we might look bad, we already feel bad because we are bad. And then somebody goes, well, what about this? And we're like, what about you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. I think you're right. You're spot on there. And I also think that there's a lot of desperation right now. So it's like,
tell me about that part.
I think you see the people who've, not always, but I have noticed that a lot of the people who are doing a lot more business are much slower to freak out about things.
Yeah.
They're much slower to point fingers. They're the ones to sit back and say, all right, how do we fix this? What's going on? What do we do? I had a deal going on a few weeks ago that blew up, and the listing agent could have very easily, just started screaming at me, started screaming at anyone. I got on the phone with her and she goes, man, that sucks. I'm so sorry. Like, I've seen how much work you put into this. And she handled it incredible. So did the other agent, so did title. Everyone, it was one of those really rare things where everyone came together, but I looked at the people involved and they were people who've done a lot of business. And I don't know if, what the cause and effect is there.
Yeah.
Like, I have never seen you one time yell at someone, freak out at someone, point the finger. I've seen you even when it's whose fault it is, take the blame. Because your process is always, all right, but how do we fix this?
Sure.
But my thought there, I just went down a bit of a rabbit hole, but my thought is actually just that that people freak out very easily because it's like the commission breath thing. It's like, if I lose this deal, how am I gonna pay rent? Which is really depressing to me. I'm not saying that it's like I'm making fun of them. It's one of those things where it's like, it's a tough market, and some people are banking on these deals to close. So there's that for sure.
I do think too, there's this, I think you're 100% spot on that. I also think too, just with the realm of the highs and lows, I think it's such a schizophrenic ride unless you have that. Like, I remember at one point, we dropped out on a pretty big commission for you. And I remember thinking, like, this is early in our relationship. I didn't know, like, you're cool as a cucumber. Don't let that go to your head. But
Well, it looks like it on the outside, we know better.
But I remember being like, okay, I've got to break the news to Becky that I didn't get us there. Like, they're going to drop out, and there's no good reason for it. We're just dropping out. And I remember telling you, and you're being, oh, that's a bummer. And then you were trying to comfort me. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm the one on the front line that dropped the ball.
Yeah.
I should be comforting
you didn't drop the ball, but yeah, I know what you mean.
But yeah, I mean, if you're going to point a finger, it's the person closest to the hot potato.
Yeah. Well, and that is the
before.
thing too. I think that there are so many people involved in these transactions, and if it's like, how do you explain it to your client without them thinking, oh, they're just trying to blame someone else, it was their fault.
Right.
There's so many people involved, and there's so much anxiety there because it's always your reputation on the line.
100%.
Every single deal, you are applying for a job and you're applying for your next job. So it's like this frantic, like, even if this isn't my fault or it is my fault,
Right.
like, how do we fix this? Because this could affect my career. And
Right.
and you know, there's also the other most obvious important reason here is that somebody's going to be out of home.
Right.
And you know, we have so many transactions where it's contingent, double contingencies. It's
Not to interrupt you, but you hit it right on the head. This is the difference between you and so many other people in the industry, sometimes myself included, is you scooped it right in. Somebody's out of home.
Yeah.
Because there's something bigger at stake. It's not your check, it's not my check, it's not this,
Ugh.
that, or did I get my award?
yeah.
It's somebody's home.
Yeah.
And because you're focused on that, that's why you're probably not freaking out when those other things happen, because it's not that those things aren't important, but when you have something that much more important, it sort of diminishes it, which I appreciate about you.
Thank you.
Okay,
Appreciate
so-
it about you too.
Going on with the pet peeves, okay, I'm asking for my benefit. What's the pet peeve working with me? Because I know I'm idiosyncratic.
Oh,
What is the
gosh.
worst part about
Ooh.
that? And you can be honest.
Oh God.
You're thinking of all the things.
I just have such a long list.
I know. Alphabetized or topic wise?
Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. You know, I'm so bad about this. Biggest pet peeve working with you is that you're too nice. And I truly mean that. You you turn every compliment over to me somehow, and I don't know why you do
Well,
it.
you're super complimentary too.
Well, sometimes
I'm
I
just
feel
kidding.
like
I'm just kidding.
Sometimes I'm like, no, just take this one. You know, you push everything so hard, like, which I appreciate at the same time. But you know how uncomfortable I am with that stuff. You
Oh,
do
yeah.
such a good job. Like, you deserve some compliments, and you deserve to take some credit. And yeah, we're gonna fix that somehow. I honestly think that is one of my biggest pet peeves.
Yeah, I can see
Yeah, I want you to take some credit. I want you to stop talking me up.
Yeah.
I want to talk you up.
Well, start sucking. Be bad at your job, and then I won't talk you up.
I have my moments.
I'm as honest as they come.
What's yours about me?
I don't want to mimic you now. We might be
See?
on error, and I'm going to say the exact same thing. No, I think probably my biggest thing for you is that there are times to dig your heels in and go, hey, hell no. And I think sometimes you're so worried about making everybody in the room feel comfortable that you're uncomfortable. It's like you're like the bridge that everybody's walking across. So and it's not a pet peeve in terms of like, oh, you know, it's something caustically bad. What it is a pet peeve. Like, that's my friend.
Yeah.
Be nicer to my friend Becky. So it's not like, I don't know if you call that a pet peeve, but if you're like, if you picked out the 500 things you do in a day that is amazing, and I picked one and it was like, that's less amazing, it's that one.
I could see that being a pet peeve of yours, actually, because you're so good about the opposite. Like, you're so amazing at at keeping everything smooth and never blaming anyone and all of that, but you also at the same time are very good about putting your foot down in a very tactful way with people. I watch it, and people, I've told you a million times, it's one of my favorite things about you. Like, you do it in such a way where people respect it and almost like crave it. I'm like, how does he do that? I feel like if I did that, they'd be like, F you!
They wouldn't though, Becky, because I mean, you think about it, a few times you've corrected me, I'm like, oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
And partly because everybody around you respects you, because when you speak up, you always have something to say.
Thank you.
Blah, 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 and then Becky, the voice of clarity.
Oh, thanks. Okay.
Okay, so
let me ask you
we
for
won't
one.
even do the hot water heater straps. That's a pet peeve for
Ooh,
sure.
that's a pet peeve for sure. What is the deal there? Why can't you guys remember that?
I don't
You
know.
have an excuse.
Oh, thanks. Thank you for that. You know what it honestly is it's like, it's almost like there's so much going on.
Yeah.
Like the ball coming at our face, we're like,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, the hot water, like we've done a million of these.
It's one of those things, it's so simple, like you can never forget it, so you're gonna forget it.
And then I'm
That makes sense.
I'm trying to find a way to let everybody know there's an issue and fix it and somehow keep you off the thread. Because I don't want to admit that, oh, Becky's pet peeve, because I know it's your pet peeve. I've done it a couple times where I just don't
Yeah, I
remember.
mean, it
I'm
happens. It happens, and it is funny, it's always those things like that happen over and over again, that are just so silly.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know, it's not just that, it's not just realtors, that's
Yeah.
just the one that always makes me laugh.
Right, for sure.
Like, what's one that lenders do all the time?
I think lenders are notorious for this. They stack up, so they're trying to woo you.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like speed dating.
Mm-hmm.
And so they, like, you come, you sit down, and then you can see them start to itch at 20 minutes. And they're doing this.
So you're gonna give me a loan, right?
And I'm
Can we go?
like, I didn't want to be here to begin with. You harassed me for 4 months online and asked me to be here, and out of sheer courtesy, I was like, well, I have to reward the moxie of continuing to ask. So then I sit down with the person, and then I can tell they're not engaged. And I'm like, man, this is the worst sale ever.
Yeah.
Like, you're not getting anything from me. There will be no second date.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not going home with you. because it's, and I get it, it's the same thing we realtors do with our clients.
Mhm.
But in the end of the day, if you have 6 clients and you make them clients for life, if you have 4 realtors and you make them realtors for life,
Mhm.
there's a connection. It's so much, but we're so hurried. It's such a greedy industry, because if I can do 15 clients instead of 7, in my mind, I'm gonna cash more. First of all, I have no soul. And
Jeez.
that's not what I want to do with my life. I want to have real connections and do real things for real people. And if I don't know them, I can't. But then secondarily, like, it's actually a bad business model.
Uh-huh.
Until you get so good at it, which I never will. I'm not Tony Robbins.
Yeah, right, you're
Um,
great at it.
I'll never be able to woo people in 12 minutes or less. It takes listening and hearing them and actually understanding what their frustrations are, what their joys are, what their. You do such a good job at it.
Oh, I'm terrible, are you kidding me?
I mean, you might zone out, but you do such a good job of looking like it.
Oh,
No, but
gosh.
you do, because I've heard you, and I know you've told me I have to be out at this certain time, and I hear yap, 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 yap. But I can tell that person really needs somebody to hear them, and there you are. And you do such a good job of
Thank
it,
you.
because I'm like,
We gotta go.
and you're like, open heart, open ears. So that's one of my pet peeves with lenders. I mean, obviously the lender who lies is worse, but
Yeah.
the one that I see so pervasively is they're trying to woo us, but it's so, like, if I actually got wooed by that 22-minute conversation that they were clearly counting the minutes now, I'd be the most dumb, I'd be the most obtuse person in the world.
Yeah,
But it's a good lesson, because I can apply the same thing to my clients.
yeah. Okay, I think my pet peeve, I have another one.
Good.
Let's go, let's just, not getting back to people.
Mm-hmm.
This is so funny to me. It happens like in transactions. We have one right now where we haven't even seen the contract. I'm like, it's been 5 days. And then why it's my biggest pet peeve is because then they'll be on my ass
Right.
being like, why aren't we clear to close yet? Why aren't we clear to close? I'm
Can
like,
I have a contract
well,
first?
you know, because I had a week there of 30 days where I couldn't even do anything. Not responding, and then over-hounding.
Yeah.
This is where you are so good about having my back. It's not just with people like who we work with, it's clients.
Mm-hmm.
And I adore all of our clients, but it's usually, you know, clients we don't know yet.
Yeah.
It's someone who isn't from our sphere,
Yeah.
who we haven't made that bond with yet. You're so good about being like, you know, they'll call me, and then just the other day you sent me someone, and it's one who, which is kind of rare for us, who we both don't know.
Yeah.
Well, he called me 7 times in a row
Yikes.
over the span of 20 minutes.
Oh.
And then he texted, can you please call me? I've never talked to this
It gets
guy
you to
before.
get that.
It's just like any other relationship, right? I'm like, okay, I will call you in a little bit. Now I'm going off way too much on tangents.
But it's funny.
What else? No, okay, we'll move on. Because I feel like every day I come in here and all of us are like, oh, I hate it when people do that. I'm just gonna say realtors in general, that's my pet peeve.
I mean,
You guys are just.
we're a bunch of asses.
No, you're the best, you know that. All right.
All right, so I gave you the topics
You did?
that I had come up with.
Where?
Oh, I sent them to your email.
Oh, did you email them to me right as you
Like,
walked in?
No, just like 2 seconds ago.
Oh,
So
good.